All right, so let's talk about flow rotation. Now, flow rotation, as I talked about in the earlier slides, right here, I'm going to give you the formula for that and some of the statistics that I've personally been tracking and how is it really bearish, how is it really bullish in different scenarios. So all that you will have to know in this slide. So first one is the formula will be volume divided flow, pretty easy. So if you don't know how many times the flow is going to rotate, then you can use the pre-market volume estimate to estimate for the entire day, which will be the pre-market volume times 10 divided by the float. You can calculate how many times it's likely to go into rotate. Now, it's not fully accurate, but you can kind of get an idea of how many times it's going to rotate. If it's going to rotate way too many times, then you probably want to stay away. There is a different scenarios for how many times it's going to rotate. Typically between 3 to 10 times. That's pretty bullish. So if the flow is going to rotate that many times, that means the ticker and the volume is attracting a lot of buyers and people wants to buy and sell that stocks. It means the stock is pretty hot. Typically, most of the people in the stock market tends to go long. 90% goes long, 10% goes short. So if the flow rotates that many times, that means a lot of people are buying. Rotate 3 to 10 times, people are buying. Now, if it rotates 10 to 15 times or 10 to 40 times, in this scenario, if the stock is consolidating in a tight range and rotates 10 to 40 times, that's extremely bearish. 10 to 15 is bearish, 20 to 40 times is extremely bearish into a consolidation, but not in a parabolic squeeze. So if you tend to see a ticker that's running up significantly or is speeding up into a parabolic and the flow rotation exceeding over 10 times up to 40 times, that means the stock is still bullish. They're not bearish. As soon as they form a consolidation, that's considered to be bearish. So this is a big difference. If you calculate the flow rotations over 40 times or 30 times, do not instantly go bearish because you want to see a consolidation first before you go bearish. And typically on the bearish side, you want to see a multi-day runner first and for the flow to rotate that many times. Keep that in mind. Number 7, let's talk about the psychology for the flow rotation. Typically, when the flow rotates more and more, then the stock is tend to go into a consolidation. It's because when the stock goes into a certain point, then there's a lot of people buying and selling. And on the statistics wise, that the more time it rotates, the more likely it's going into consolidation. Now, when they form a consolidation, that means there's more concentrated price being sold and bought in the same price level. And you can also use the general statistics for the stock market. A lot of people, 90% people go long, 10% people go short. That means there's not more people buying the consolidation, but stock is not going up. So think about it. If there's 10% people, if 10 people are buying this, stock is going up, right? And all of a sudden you got 100 people buying it, the stock is not going up anymore. That means the stock is likely to reach its peak. And that's why when there's more people buying and the stock's not going up, and people are expecting to going up, and they see there's not people buying and stock is not going up, they probably wants to sell. Also, the more people are buying into consolidation and stock is not moving, that means a lot of people are stuck at the same level if the stock tends to break down. So for example, let's say we have 10 people, including me and you, and we bought an apple for $10. And we all bought Apple at $10. Now for simple supply and demand, there's only one Apple. Somebody want to buy Apple at $10. There's only one person wants to buy it. So if the first person sells that person for $10, right? There's only one chance for all the 10 people that can sell the Apple for $10. If the second person sells it, it's going to be 9.5. So everybody wants to sell at that $10. And then once the first person sells, then it's going to cause a chain reaction. So it's this very similar psychology for the flow rotation on the consolidation. That means more people are stuck buying the same level. Everybody wants to be that first person to sell to get the best execution price. That's psychology for flow rotation. And number 8, breakdown chain effects. As I said, that the first person sell gets the best price and the last person sell get the worst price. Nobody wants to be that last person, so they're gonna fight. When they're causing the chain reaction effect, everybody wants to fight, everybody becomes more emotional. That's where the stock tends to break down significantly and fast. When you are a short sellers, you want to be in that type of scenario. That means when they break down fast, people are emotional, you can get a large reward and also fast breakdown as well. So time efficient and also big reward.